Okay, so get this. A live black sea devil anglerfish, the one that usually hangs out in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean,
Right.
was spotted just chilling near the surface. Like, how crazy is that?
It really is incredible.
It's huge.
Unprecedented, really.
Yeah.
This sighting off the Canary Islands just last month.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've ever documented a black sea devil anglerfish alive and at the surface.
It's like finding a Yeti strolling through Times Square.
I like that, yeah.
So we've got this National Geographic article detailing the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
And the photographer who captured it, David Jara, called it like a childhood dream come true.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So the name Black Sea Devil is pretty spot on.
It is.
But before we get into why this one decided to take a little surface trip,
Yeah.
I think it's worth taking a step back and making sure we all understand what we're actually dealing with here.
Right.
These fish are perfectly adapted for a world that is totally alien to us. Crushing pressure, freezing temperatures,
Yeah.
and absolute darkness.
Yeah, and there's, those bioluminescent lures just dangling there in front of those jaws.
Oh, yeah,
Pure nightmare fuel.
they're pretty scary looking.
I guess we should mention that they're only like 6 inches long.
Oh yeah, they're not big at all.
So more like pocket-sized nightmare.
Exactly, precisely.
Yeah.
Their size is actually perfect for their hunting style in the deep sea.
Right.
They're ambush predators.
Yeah.
They like to conserve energy and wait for their prey to come to them, lured in by that bioluminescent beacon,
Right.
like a deep sea Venus flytrap. You know what I mean?
Totally.
They just sit there and wait.
So this Canary Island sighting,
Yeah.
it's not just cool, it's practically unheard of, right?
Yeah, you're right. The only other footage of a live black sea devil
Right.
was captured by an ROV, which is a remotely operated vehicle,
Okay.
back in 2014,
Wow, that's a while ago.
at a depth of almost 2,000 feet in Monterey Bay.
So this new sighting
Yeah.
really is exceptional.
It really is, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the heart of the mystery here.
Okay.
What was this little deep sea denizen doing up near the surface?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
One is the gassy prey hypothesis.
Gassy prey.
Yes.
Okay, so imagine
Yeah.
the anglerfish ate something with the swim bladder.
Right.
A swim bladder being like a gas-filled organ that helps fish control their buoyancy.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so I'm following. So
Yeah.
what does the swim bladder have to do with our anglerfish taking a trip to the surface?
Well, as the prey gets digested,
Yeah.
that gas in the swim bladder, it expands.
Right.
And if that happens really quickly,
Yeah.
it could actually pull the anglerfish upwards.
Right. So like a deep sea hot air balloon.
Exactly.
But instead of a basket, it's a very surprised anglerfish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, these fish aren't exactly known for their powerful swimming.
No, they're ambush predators, right?
Exactly. So they're used to kind of, conserving their energy
Right.
and just sort of hanging out.
Right.
So once it's caught in this upward current,
Yeah.
it might have been really tough for it to swim back down to its usual depth.
So, okay. So gassy prey is theory number one.
That's number one.
Okay, so what else could have brought our anglerfish friend topside?
Well, remember this happened off the Canary Islands,
Right.
which are volcanically active.
They are.
So another theory is that the anglerfish got caught in a plume of warm water
Okay.
rising from a volcanic vent
Yeah.
on the seafloor.
Oh.
So like a deep sea elevator malfunction.
I like that, yeah.
Right.
These vents release heated water and gases, which can create currents,
Right.
strong enough to sweep up like deep sea creatures. So we've got gassy prey and volcanic jacuzzi.
Right.
Any other contenders in the why is this fish at the surface competition?
One more,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit more dramatic.
Hit me.
The predator release theory.
Predator release. All right, so
Yeah.
what if...
What if our anglerfish had a run-in with a larger predator?
Okay.
Like something, a pilot whale, a seal,
Okay.
maybe even a large jellyfish,
Ooh, scary.
and just got released closer to the surface.
So, okay.
Yeah,
Almost swallowed by a giant, only to be spit out in a whole new terrifying environment.
exactly.
Yeah.
It really highlights just how interconnected things are, even in the deep sea.
Right, yeah.
We can't say for sure which of these scenarios actually happened,
Right.
but each one gives us, I think, a really interesting little peek
Yeah.
into the complex web of life down there.
Right.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, but sadly the anglerfish didn't survive long after it was found.
That's true.
But even though the little guy didn't make it, this encounter is still a huge opportunity for scientists.
Absolutely.
And this is where it gets really interesting to me.
Yeah.
You've mentioned, right, that most of what we know about anglerfish comes from dead specimens.
Right.
So having a live one, even briefly,
Yeah.
must be a scientific goldmine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. We've been studying these creatures for centuries.
Yeah.
But almost everything we knew was from fish that were, already dead when they reached the surface.
Right.
So this live sighting, it gives us a chance to observe their behavior,
Right.
their movements, in a way that we never could before.
So, okay, so let's talk about what we do know about anglerfish then.
Yeah, okay.
What are some of the highlights?
Yeah.
And then how might this new information, change our understanding of what we thought we knew?
Right. Well, one of the most captivating things, I think, is their bioluminescence.
Okay.
That lure isn't just for looks,
Right.
It's lit up by symbiotic bacteria.
Wait, so symbiotic bacteria, so it's like a tiny glowing ecosystem right there on the anglerfish's head.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
It's a perfect example of cooperation in nature.
That's so cool.
The bacteria get a safe place to live, a steady supply of nutrients,
Right.
and the anglerfish gets this incredible tool
Yeah.
for attracting prey.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool example.
So what else can you tell us about these fascinating fish?
Well, one of the most bizarre things
Yeah.
about some anglerfish species,
Okay.
though not necessarily the black sea devil,
Okay.
is their mating strategy.
Ooh.
Brace yourself. This is where things get really strange.
Okay, I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
Okay, so in some anglerfish species,
Okay.
the males are absolutely tiny
Okay.
compared to the females.
Okay.
And get this,
Yeah.
they essentially become parasites.
Parasites.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got my attention. Tell me more.
So picture this. Tiny male anglerfish finds a female.
Okay.
He bites onto her body. And here's the wild part.
Yeah.
He slowly fuses with her,
What?
his tissues merging with hers,
Wow.
until he's basically a little appendage,
Wow.
providing sperm whenever she's ready to reproduce.
That's intense.
It's pretty wild.
It really is.
Yeah, they basically
Yeah.
give up their whole existence to
Right.
become part of the female.
Wow, that's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
The male basically gives up his whole existence to become part of the female.
It's a rough life.
What are the evolutionary advantages to that?
So it's an adaptation to life in the deep sea, where finding a mate
Right.
is incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
So by fusing with the female, the male guarantees that his genes will be passed on.
Right.
So, it's a pretty effective strategy.
It's brutal but effective.
It's effective, yeah.
So back to our surface sea devil.
Yeah.
What happens to it now?
Well, even though it didn't survive,
Right.
this little anglerfish will continue to contribute to our understanding of the deep sea.
Oh,
The researchers who found it collected its body,
okay.
and it's now part of the collection at the Museum of Nature and Archaeology of Tenerife.
That's great.
Is that cool?
So future scientists will be able to study it and unlock even more secrets
Absolutely.
about these mysterious creatures.
Exactly.
I mean, what kind of research will they be able to do with it?
Well, they'll be able to study its morphology, its genetics,
Yeah.
even its stomach contents,
Oh, wow.
to learn more about its diet and behavior.
So it's really a treasure trove of information.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this is actually a perfect segue
Yeah.
to talk about the wider world of anglerfish, right?
Okay.
Because, as fascinating as black sea devils are,
Right.
they're just one species
Right.
out of hundreds.
Out of hundreds.
We're talking over 200 species,
Okay.
each with its own
Wow.
unique adaptations,
Yeah.
quirks, and,
Okay, this is the fun part.
Yeah.
The dinner party conversation starter facts.
Okay, sure.
What are some of the coolest things you learned
About anglerfish diversity.
about anglerfish diversity?
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
forget everything you think you know about fishing lures.
Okay.
Anglerfish have evolved
Yeah.
all sorts of variations
Yeah.
on that bioluminescent bait.
Okay.
Some have long, whip-like lures.
Okay.
Others have branched, almost tree-like structures.
It's like a buffet of lures down there.
It really is, yeah.
Wild.
Some even have lures that dangle right in front of their mouths, like
Okay.
a hypnotic invitation to dinner.
So it's not just the lures that are incredible, right?
No, not all.
Like they've got all sorts of other like wild adaptations
Yeah.
for surviving in the deep.
Absolutely. We're
Right.
talking expandable stomachs,
Okay.
so they can swallow prey larger than themselves.
Larger than themselves. Wow.
Gelatinous, scaleless bodies that help them withstand the immense pressure.
Right.
And their eyes,
Yeah, their eyes are crazy.
they're perfectly designed
Yeah.
to detect even the faintest glimmer of light
Right.
in the abyss.
It's like they're from another planet.
They really are.
Well, in a way, I guess they are.
Yeah,
The deep sea is so different from our own world.
absolutely.
And here's a real mind bender. Anglerfish actually got more diverse
Yeah.
as they moved into the deep sea.
Right.
Like, you'd think that such a harsh environment,
You think so?
yeah,
Yeah.
would limit diversity, but it seems to have had the opposite effect.
Totally the opposite, yeah.
So how is that possible?
Well, there are a lot of ecological niches in the deep sea.
Okay.
You know, different depths, different prey,
Okay.
different ways of using bioluminescence.
Right.
All of these things could have driven
Yeah.
the diversification of
Yeah.
anglerfish.
So it's like they found this whole new world down there, and evolution just went wild.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did.
Which brings us to, I think, a really important point here.
Okay.
This deep dive into anglerfish.
Right.
This sighting of a live black sea devil at the surface.
Yeah,
It reminds us how little we actually know about the deep sea.
it really does.
It's the largest habitat on Earth,
Yeah, it really is.
and yet
We've barely explored it.
we've barely explored it.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. It's like we've got this entire alien world
Yeah.
right here on our own planet.
I love that. It really is like an alien world.
And it's not just about the creatures that live there, although
Oh, they're fascinating.
they are fascinating.
Yeah.
But it's about the interconnectedness of life,
Absolutely.
the delicate balance of ecosystems,
Exactly.
the role the deep sea plays
Yes,
in regulating our planet's climate.
absolutely. It's so important.
There's so much we still need to learn.
It's incredible.
It's true. There's a whole universe down there just waiting to be explored.
I can't wait to see what we find next.
And who knows what incredible discoveries
Right.
await us in the future as we continue to, like, delve into the depths.
I'm so excited.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive
Yes.
into a fascinating topic. Until then, happy exploring.
See you next time.